So, what if there was a single key to unlock AI's true potential? Well, today we're going to look at a protocol that's trying to do exactly that, connecting AI's incredible brain to the real world. AI today is just unbelievably powerful. We have large language models that can write and reason and create things that felt like science fiction just a few years ago. But for all that brilliance, they have this one huge problem. They're basically trapped inside a digital box. The thing is, an AI can't just go and check your company's inventory. It can't update a customer's record in your CRM or pull data from some ancient mainframe in the basement. It's totally disconnected from where the real work happens and where all the most valuable data lives. So, the big question becomes, how do we build that bridge? How do we create a secure and, more importantly, a standardized way to connect AI's brain to all the tools and data out in the real world?
This whole challenge has created what a lot of people are now calling a two-speed enterprise. Let's dig into what that actually means.
So on one side, you've got the incredible promise of AI, right? We're talking autonomous agents seamlessly plugging into our workflows. But then you have the messy reality, a complete mess of custom APIs, different tools that don't talk to each other, and all these fragile one-off connections that are a total nightmare to build and even worse to maintain. And so what happens is your most critical business logic, the secret sauce of your company, is locked away in these older, giant systems, totally out of reach for modern AI. Honestly, this disconnect has become the single biggest roadblock for companies trying to adopt AI. Okay, so this is where the Model Context Protocol, or MCP, enters the picture. The whole idea is for it to be a kind of universal connector, a standard language that lets any AI talk to any external system. So what is it exactly? Well, MCP is an open source framework for creating that secure, standardized bridge we were talking about. So instead of building 1,000 different custom connections, you just build one bridge that any AI can use to get to any tool. Now, to make this idea really stick, here's the best way to think about it. MCP wants to be the USB-C for data. Seriously, if you remember one thing from this, remember that analogy. I mean, think about it, right? You don't need a different charger for your phone and your laptop and your headphones anymore. You just need one USB-C cable. MCP is trying to do that same beautiful, simple thing for AI, creating one single standard way for a model to plug into any tool, any database, any API out there. All right, so how does this thing actually work under the hood? Well, to get our heads around the architecture, let's use another really simple analogy, a modern TV system. The whole system basically has three main players. First, you've got the host. Think of that as your TV. It's the app the user sees, like a chatbot. Then there's the server. That's like your streaming box, say a Roku. It represents the outside tool. And finally, the client. This is the really crucial part. It's like the HDMI port that lets the TV and the streaming box actually talk to each other. And these players all interact using a few core building blocks. First, you've got tools. These are like the buttons on your remote. They let you do stuff, take actions. Then you have resources. That's like the movie library you see on the screen. It's read-only data the AI can look at. And finally, there are prompts. Think of this like a preset cinema mode on your TV. It just gives the AI some guidance on the best way to use its tools for a specific job. Okay, so that's the tech side. But all this technical stuff is really only important because of what it unlocks for businesses, especially the ones running on those older legacy systems. So let's just cut to the chase. Beyond all the cool tech, why should a big company actually care about this protocol? What's the bottom line? Well, here's the kicker. The strategy isn't to do a super risky and crazy expensive rip and replace of your core systems. No way. Instead, you use something like MCP to build this intelligent layer, like an AI native interface, right on top of the systems you already have. You get all the amazing benefits of AI without having to shut down your critical operations. And the results? They can be absolutely staggering. There was this one case study in banking. By using an MCP-style approach to connect AI to their existing transaction systems, they saw a 70 to 85% drop in false positive fraud alerts. Just think about that. That frees up human investigators to focus on the real threats. But the vision here is even bigger than just connecting one AI to one tool. It's really about powering the future of AI itself, what people are calling agentic systems, or teams of autonomous agents. I mean, just look at how complex this can get. If you want to get a bunch of different specialized AI agents to all work together on a big task, like closing the books for a quarter, they have to have a shared, standard language to coordinate what they're all doing. And that's it right there. MCP is designed to be that common language. It provides the standard rails that let all these different AI agents work together like a real cohesive team. You know, the comparison to the early internet is pretty powerful here. The web as we know it just wouldn't have scaled without a fundamental protocol like HTTP. And the argument is that this new world of AI agents won't be able to scale either unless it has a similar standard. MCP is aiming to be that standard. So I want to leave you with one final big thought. If MCP, or a standard like it, really takes off, it means that every single system, from the newest cloud service to the oldest mainframe, could speak a common AI language. And that just begs the question, what massive, impossibly complex problems suddenly become solvable for the very first time?